The dark, naked bodies rose from the shadows. Jenna was too terrified to scream, unable to run, and could only watch in horror as she saw the forms of the demons take shape before her. Unnoticed, her bouquet fell from her trembling hands to land on the floor at her feet. Jenna turned back to the minister and saw that he had a perverse grin spreading wide on his face. His blasphemous ceremony had worked, and the Demon Horde was becoming incarnate to take their bride. She had agreed to this. She had said the words, "I do," but now everything was becoming too real. The figures were dark-skinned and shaped like hulking human men for the most part. Their muscles rippled in a grotesque parody of natural life, and from their pores a dark smoke emanated to dissipate in the cathedral. Jenna realized she could smell the soot from where she stood, a heady pollution with the scent of brimstone and fire. She saw that there were at least 20 of the monsters coming for her, their eyes glowing pale yellow, greedy for her flesh. Suddenly, Jenna found that the fear had flipped a switch inside her, and she regained control of herself enough to run. Spinning as fast as she could, she turned to flee, her wedding dress billowing out behind her. Before she had taken 2 steps, her feet caught and she tumbled to the stone floor of the cathedral. Glancing over her shoulder, she saw the creatures were nearly to her already, their arms reaching for her where she had fell. The nightmare was just starting. Jenna knew that her wedding with these demons would be consummated right now. In a flash, Jenna remembered how she had gotten into this, and how just hours ago she was completely unaware of what was going to happen to her tonight. Her day had started like any other, with her leaving her house, and Jenna's mind took her back to this morning to avoid facing what was in front of her for just a little longer. Jenna checked herself in the hall mirror before leaving for the day. Her hair had somehow already gotten messed, and she grabbed the brush she kept there to try to get it back into place. She tucked the blonde strands back into place and looked herself up and down. She was slim and pretty, but still single despite being available. She blamed work for this. She spent more time there than anywhere else in her life, and just never seemed to have time for anything else. Finally approving of her appearance, Jenna locked the door behind her and went to her car. Much like yesterday, she felt like she was already late for work. It was just after 6:30, but her drive took at least 45 minutes. She was scheduled to arrive by 8 in the morning, but unless she got there by 7, she felt like she started the day behind. She knew she would still be early, but that extra time in the morning allowed her to get a lot of work done. Taking the highway, she quickly got up to speed. Traffic was light this early, so Jenna decided to make up some time by going a bit over the posted speed limit. She had treated herself to a new car a year ago, a Volkswagen Jetta, and knew she could handle it even if she went over the limit. Pushing the pedal down, she edged up to just under 70 per hour. Suddenly, she heard a loud pop from under her, followed by a whumping noise. The car started pulling the wheel in her hands drastically to the side.